Rusty Stainless here. I'm doing a review today, owner's review of the Sony Nex 3N. I've had this camera for a few months now and grown to like it, but you know, it's a great pocket camera, but it certainly does have its limitations, being the base model, and I'm not even sure that going up to the 5N or 6 or 7N would make much difference, and of course I don't think the 7N justifies its price really. So let's have a look at this. What do I like about it? Well, I like about it is the size. There's no doubt about it that this is a nice little camera. It's almost pocketable with this little power 16 to 50 zoom lens on it, but let's call it jacket pocketable. Certainly not jean pocket. I'll put that over there. Yes, with this combination, what's it got? I do like. Let's go straight to what I like. I like the flash, believe it or not. Power on. Pops out a little bit there. I like the flash, believe it or not. That little flash is quite handy. And the reason it's quite handy is that with a little bit of finger work, bang, we've got bounce flash. Really? And it takes really nice photos. It's powerful enough to do it, and you end up with some great results. And it pops away nice and neatly there. Of course, the beauty of the bounce flash is if you have any length of lens on the front, that will cast a shadow, so the bounce flash gets over that very nicely. Now, the flip up lens, screen there. This is kind of a love-hate with this one. It is great, it's at 180, so it's great for doing the selfies, and it's got a great little, once you get it flipped up like this, it's already in automatic selfie mode. And what it does is, when you go to take that selfie, it automatically goes into a 3-second countdown, and you can watch it counting down on the screen. So this is 3, 2, 1. Great result, and a great rusty photo there. Not so, but it does have its limitations. It doesn't swivel down, so you can't swivel it down, and it, you know, it doesn't flip sideways, so you can't do round the corner shots like that. And also it's live view, and in live view focusing isn't as fast as if you've got a viewfinder, and I've found that out using bigger, more sophisticated lenses, putting it on there. I have a big Sigma lens that goes on there. It's a beautiful lens, 1.8, but you put it on there and it's hamstrung by this live view focusing, so it hunts a little bit longer. Put the same lens onto something like a Canon 700D and bang, through the viewfinder the focusing's fast. So this is hamstrung by live view. Here's another plus. Card is in the side. Battery down here. You don't have to change the battery that often. Actually, I really like the battery life in this. I love it when they put the cards in the side. I hate having to remove the camera from the tripod to get to the card, so big plus there. There's a zooming switch on here. Very nice. And you can zoom using the zoom ring here. However, there's no manual focus. So when you need, sometimes this camera just doesn't get it right with the autofocus. So when you need manual focus, you're buggered. Now, the interface on the back. It's not a big screen, but it's a nice enough screen. One thing it isn't touchscreen. So, is that a big problem? Well, actually no, I don't find it to be a big problem. In fact, what I find is with touchscreens on other cameras that I have that have touchscreen, is that when you put your hand there, you've got to take your hand away before you can do the next action. When you're using this kind of interface, you just bang, I like that, change the next setting, and you can see what's going on without moving, without sort of putting your hand backwards, forward. So when I use my cameras that have touchscreen, I don't necessarily use the touchscreen all the time. In fact, I find myself using the buttons more. Only very rarely do I use the touchscreen. So, all in all, it's a very good setup. The ACP, APC, whatever size sensor does a pretty good job. Once it reaches its ISO limitations, though, in video mode, it just turns to grain and becomes pretty horrible. But keep it in its sweet spot, which is kind of 400 and below, and you get some pretty good results. You let it get out to 32 and it's too grainy. It's quite awful in low light on it. And when I say low light, I mean nighttime with the household lights on, and you wanted to film some friends who are around, you'd be starting to get into some really grainy looking results, which aren't pleasant. Very disappointing, really. But with the Sigma 1.8 zoom on it, I got some very beautiful results under the same conditions. So again, it was able to get down to that lower ISO and really hit the sweet spot there. It doesn't have microphone in. It's quite basic. But having said that, the microphones that are built into it are very, very impressive. The sound it can capture through these built-in mics is really top-notch. Best I've had with the cameras I've had. So all in all, an impressive little unit. If you wanted a great little second camera to slip in that jacket pocket and take out and use it, I would certainly recommend this combination, particularly with the 16 to 50. I mean, that's 24 to 75 zoom range. Great for inside shots with the 24, and out to 75, a little bit of portrait mode. Image qualities, I find it overexposes a little bit. Sometimes I really don't like the images that come out, but 90% of the time, very nice. Would I recommend it? Well, I would certainly say consider a Nikon D5200 or a Canon 600D or 700D in all honesty. But if you wanted that luxury item, second item, this with the flash in it, which I put above the 5N or the 5R, 5T, that flash is really worth it. In mine, that is better than anything compared to, say, Wi-Fi or something else like that. That would be the priority. And as I say, that little flash doing bounce flash, it's pretty awesome. All right, go and it's not expensive, and hey, if you got a spare $400, you could easily pick one up for that kind of price. Otherwise, get yourself a DSLR. Thanks for watching.